Thank you everybody for joining us today. Just a little bit of housekeeping before we start. If we can all mute ourselves, and if you need to ask any questions, please use the chat box, or you can raise your hand, and I'm sure Alia will be delighted to let you in and ask your question. Thank you so much. Rania, you can go ahead and start. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. Thank you for all your support. So we are challenged today with the ICF doing sessions back to back. Thank you everyone for joining. My name is Rania and I am the Vice President of the International Coaching Federation chapter in Jordan. Today is our second day in the International Coaching Week. A very exciting week all over the world celebrating coaching in many different regions. Today we have a very special guest, Alia Khatib. Alia is originally from Lebanon, but she resides in Spain, in Barcelona. So she's joining us from Spain. Please welcome with me Alia, who is a business and sales consultant. She is a corporate trainer and a business strategist who is transforming the landscape for service providers, agencies, and coaches. Alia specializes in helping businesses shift from experiencing low-income months to achieving consistent high cash months through her profit sales funnel frameworks and conversation-based selling techniques. Her tailored strategies for sales growth and impact are not just effective, but revolutionary. So we are very excited to hear all from you, Alia. The floor is all yours.
Perfect, Rania. Thank you so much. All right, let me share my screen. And
yes, I'll stop sharing mine so you can have the lead.
Right. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, thank you.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
All right, perfect. Again, thank you, Rani, for having me today. I'm super excited. Such a busy week, it seems. In this workshop, it's going to be no theory, just tactics and strategies, like no bullshit. I know you guys are super busy, and I'm going to get right into it with an introduction about what I do, how I help my clients, which are mostly coaches, and getting straight into the tactics so that you can start turning your LinkedIn into a profitable sales funnel that's converting on autopilot and with little to zero maintenance, just as long as you're being active on LinkedIn. So let's get started. Okay. So as Rania mentioned before, I'm a LinkedIn business consultant and I work with coaches and service providers. We do one-on-one group coaching and also done-for-you LinkedIn services as well. I'm mainly focused on helping my clients create consistent 5 to 10K cash months in their business. And we do that by utilizing sales funnels, which is very important. And I'm going to show you how we're going to do that with LinkedIn specifically today. Today, we're going to be covering how to craft a compelling LinkedIn profile that acts as a sales funnel to attract and convert people that pass by your profile. So we don't want just people just passing by. We're going to turn them into connections and into warm leads. I'm going to show you how to optimize your LinkedIn business page, personal page, and your business page. And I'm going to show you how to find highly targeted leads on LinkedIn, how to actually start genuine conversations about them, right? I'm not going to be teaching you cold DMing. You're not going to be one of those people that send these horrible sales pitches. We're not going to do any of that. I'm all about building relationships and all about conversation-based selling, which is basically starting a conversation with our warmest leads. But the first step is actually turning our LinkedIn into a magnetic sales funnel. Guys, please let me know in the chat before we get started, what is your biggest challenge in your business today? So just a couple of comments like getting leads, converting, asking for a sale, money mindset. Let me know what is your biggest challenge in the business, because this will help me actually give you more examples so that I can make sure that you're covered in all ways as much as possible today. So do let me know what are your biggest challenges in business, because this is key for us to know what is going on. Getting leads. Money mindset, all of it, converting, how to know who my target audience is, getting leads virtually. Yes, Perfect. Yes, money and visibility. We have a conversation going, but don't see much of a response. Then off. Yeah, getting how to start meaningful conversation. Best way to approach leaders in my large. Excellent. Perfect. Well, these are very, very important challenges. And to me, I'm all about making money in our business because, okay, it doesn't matter the impact you want to make in the world. If you are not fully taken care of as an individual and as a business owner, it's going to be very difficult for you to make an impact on others, right? So if you're going to be struggling with creating consistent sales in your own business so that you end up not being able to pay the bills, then we're not going to be able to impact others. This is why in the first 5 years in business, most business owners should be focused on making sales and leads and money in their business. And that will become an effect where you can impact people, right? So I know everybody here as a coach wants to transform other people's lives and impact others. But if we don't work on focusing on getting leads, working on money mindset, and really creating income in our business, it's going to be hard for us to actually impact others because then we will need someone to support us, right? So this is why I really love teaching people about LinkedIn because it's the fastest way to get leads without wasting your time on endless things, which I will cover today. Let's get started. I'm going to share with you quickly my personal journey just to show you how I went through similar struggles as you. In October 2019, I started my business, and then 2 weeks later, they took all my savings in the bank. So a big money mindset block that happened then that I've been dealing with it for the last 4 or 5 years. And 2020, I started as a service provider selling LinkedIn lead gen and Facebook ads. I was barely making $1,000 in my business. So I was very struggling with sales and how to get leads. In 2021, I discovered LinkedIn, like primarily, I started focusing on that. I became a LinkedIn consultant. I redefined my niche. So I totally understand when we have to always struggle with who is my ideal target audience. How do I know what they need? So I've been there, I've done the work. I've even redefined it twice. And I've sold my first course, which is a LinkedIn course that I still sell till today, all about LinkedIn marketing. In 2022, I redefined my business again and shifted into becoming a business and marketing consultant for new coaches and service providers. I got booked out in a year and started making consistent 3K to 5K months. And that all was part of making many mistakes, many trial and error, many experiments, investing over $30,000 to $40,000 on my own business and personal development, even though I am a business student. This is what I studied, right? This is what I studied in college. So believe me, like it's not easy to run our own businesses. There's always so much that we can learn. And yes. And in 2023, last year, I launched a new group coaching program, which is focused mostly on getting coaches and service providers to their first $5,000 months, because that's key in business, as I said, and to build their business and do it with ease, without being pushy, without being salesy, without cold DM. You will never learn that from me. All right. So before, I used to work 14 hours a day, used to speak to 100 leads a day, both on LinkedIn, Instagram, and different other platforms. I used to only sign 10% of them, which is a very low conversion rate. I was barely making $1,000 a month. I was not working smart. I was working hard. I was being pushed in this masculine way of running a business, you know, struggling in 16-hour days, which was very overwhelming. I was not even making the amount of money that I wanted. But now, thanks to sales funnels and being clear on my target audience and being clear and strategic with focusing on 2 to 3 sales funnels in my own business. Now I work 5 hours a day, 5 times a week. I have long weekends. I book 2 to 4 sales calls a month, and that's it. I convert 80% of them. I make between $4,000 to $5,000 months, you know, ups and downs in business and summer and all of that. I travel more, and I have a team that supports me. And this is very important, that I want to get my clients into high cash months so that they can also hire a team so that we can work less, right? Because we all started our businesses so that we can enjoy life and have more time freedom, more financial freedom, and more freedom to do whatever we want, right? So how will it feel to wake up discovering that you have 4 people that booked a call with you, right? They're just like people just coming in because you've done the strategic foundations in your business. And today one of them is LinkedIn, which I've been using for the last 4 years, and it works for me on autopilot. Getting weekly inquiries on LinkedIn, people working, asking to work with you, or being ranked on LinkedIn, people saying that people have found you, or they search for you, or people stumbled on your LinkedIn saying, oh my God, I really love what you're doing, let's connect. So that is the dream. That has happened to me and to my clients. Getting 10 new connections accepted on LinkedIn, because I will teach you today how to do that, and asking, hey, I've been wanting to hire a leadership coach, or I've been wanting to hire a parenting coach. What are your fees? Let's get on a call. Like, this is the best feeling. And that's what I want for you, okay? So make sure you're going to be taking some notes. And I'm going to be sharing with you at the end a free guide also to support everything that you're going to learn today, okay? So don't worry if in case you missed anything. Okay, sorry, this one is not here. Okay, so let's get started on LinkedIn. Let me know, guys, in the chat, who is currently actually using LinkedIn here in their business? Let me know in the chat. I'm curious to know. Let me know who's using it. Okay. Okay, I do, but not strategically. I love that awareness. Amazing. Very low pro. I don't know what you mean by low profile. It's lots of people have a LinkedIn profile, but it's usually like it's like their old resume, you know, and it says like I have core competencies such as Microsoft Word and 5 years in HR, you know, because we used to use LinkedIn as a way of getting a job, right? But now today's session is to shift our perspective on how we're going to perceive LinkedIn. Excellent. So a couple of people here are kind of using it. Excellent. So at least you have some experience on LinkedIn. So before we get into the nitty-gritty details of how to turn our LinkedIn into a sales funnel, I want to shift your perspective on how you perceive on LinkedIn. So first of all, who is hanging out on LinkedIn? The clients that we find on LinkedIn as coaches, okay, we are finding professionals. LinkedIn is a business networking platform, right? So everybody that is on LinkedIn and set up there is a professional. He has either a job or a business owner. You don't find content creators or lifestyle bloggers. No, people on LinkedIn that are registered are professionals. They either work at a company or in a proper role, like not is it blue collar roles, like an account executive, a secretary, and a salesperson, a lawyer, etc., or business owners, right? On LinkedIn, we can find international clients. So if you are, you know, I could see diversity of people here, you can actually find clients in whatever city you want. And if you want to expand and scale, you can also do it with 2 strokes on LinkedIn, right? By finding specific cities. So you can have access to an international client base just from using the proper search engine and keywords on LinkedIn. So you have access to professionals, access to international markets, and you have high-paying clients. You don't have those freebie hunters. Who here has been on Facebook? When I first started my business, I was taught to go and find leads on Facebook. But on Facebook, it's so overwhelming with all those groups and everyone there trying to sell you more groups to be on, and all they're selling all their freebies. And people there are not really serious buyers versus the people that we connect with on LinkedIn. Because when you establish a connection on LinkedIn, it's meant for having a business conversation, because LinkedIn is a business networking platform, right? So Facebook is what started social media, right? It's this place like, let's connect with our friends and families. Then we went to Instagram. Let's share about what we eat on a daily basis and where we go out, right? Then we have LinkedIn. So there's TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook, and Instagram, and then you have LinkedIn. LinkedIn, to me, is on its own, and it is on its own. It's on its own marketplace. It's a business networking platform. Till now, there isn't this big competitive to even compete on the scale of what LinkedIn does. LinkedIn is meant for business conversation. It is meant for a business owner or a potential client to connect with a potential client or a referral partner or another business owner to start a business relationship. It's not for dating. It's not for sharing what I'm eating on a daily basis. It's not about where I go out. It's for business connections and having those business conversations, right? So that's why the clients that you find there are actually serious paying clients. And the reason why I love LinkedIn and why I love teaching it is because the sales cycle on LinkedIn is actually shorter. People that are on LinkedIn, they're there for one main focus: professional development, whether it's for their business, getting more sales, or brand awareness, being an impact leader, being a thought leader, getting more learnings and teachings from others, right? Or building their personal brand. So everything that is required to develop their professional development and personal brand, versus Facebook and those other platforms, which is just for staying in touch and being social on those platforms. So really, when you start seeing LinkedIn as not this just let's find a job on LinkedIn, but actually see it as an amazing pool of high quality leads that are just sitting there waiting for you to connect with them, everything will start shifting from there, right? Excellent. So what are the top 3 mistakes I see coaches, consultants make on LinkedIn? Maybe you are guilty of that. I was guilty of that when I never looked at LinkedIn before I started my business, like only for looking for a job, and even barely then. But most of us have done these kinds of mistakes. So the first one that I see is that your LinkedIn might be acting like an old dusty job seeker profile. Like I said, it probably says like, I have 15 years experience working in tech companies, for example. These are the things I've done for them. No. But like now I started my business, right? So that profile reads as if somebody is going to hire you in a role, in a job, versus it's acting as a sales funnel where we talk about how we help others and how we can help them with our specific details and frameworks, versus how speaking about ourselves. Like sometimes people talk in third person. Like Alia has 14 years in marketing and business. She has worked in multiple industries in multiple cities. These are her core competencies, right? And please hire me. That's an old dusty profile. So you might probably have that. Maybe you have not updated your LinkedIn profile in forever, but today you're lucky because I'm going to share with you my free guide on how to update your LinkedIn profile to turn it into a sales funnel to help you promote and articulate your business services as a coach, so that when you're connecting with ideal clients, they understand exactly what is it that you as a coach here do. How do you help them? What are the frameworks that you use? And perhaps some testimonials and case studies, as well as call to action. We're going to do all of that in a clear LinkedIn business and personal profile. Another mistake that I see is having a network full of old colleagues and friends. Like someone said here, like I have a low profile, right? So maybe we've updated our LinkedIn profile, or maybe we haven't, but also the people on there are your old colleagues. Like most coaches don't actually go and find potential clients. They just think, okay, like I'll have a LinkedIn business page and people will find me. But that's not the case, right? We actually have to look for potential clients. A third mistake that I see is not having a strategy. Someone here mentioned it today. You can have a LinkedIn profile. You might here and there look for potential people and add them, or maybe from a networking event, you start adding each other, but then that's it. There's like no strategy, no plan to action on how to attract and how to convert them. And maybe it's not even consistent, right? So let me know if you're guilty of any of these mistakes. Let me know in the chat, just so you know we're bringing awareness to the mistakes that we're doing. And today we're going to eliminate all these mistakes today. Believe me, I was like you. Like I've done all those mistakes myself. Now, why should we start using LinkedIn? All right, so that before we get into the nitty-gritty detail of how to turn our LinkedIn into a magnetic sales funnel, I want to make sure that you're convinced of why you should be using LinkedIn. LinkedIn, to me, honestly, is the best place for coaches to reach their sales goal and get consistent clients. Why? It's the world's largest business database with every type of client you ever need. Okay, so I'll give you examples. You guys can let me know in the chat, what type of coach are you? So I can also give you examples throughout today's presentation. I have a parenting coach. I had a parenting coach from Dubai, and as we defined her niche, we found out that she works mainly with professionals, moms and dads, that when they come back home, they're so reactive with their kids, okay, and they snap at them because they had such a busy day, and they come home and they see this little child playing around, blah, 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 and they snap at them. And so they want to be better parents so that they're more proactive and they know how to deal with their emotions before they get home, right? So I'm like, okay, great. So you work with professionals. Professionals live on LinkedIn. You as a parenting coach can call them out and start connecting with them and getting them on a call and becoming a client, because these are the types of clients you work with. And that's just an example of a parenting coach. So you really can find your ideal clients. It also is very important to know who your ideal clients are. There are 61 million LinkedIn users who are senior level influencers. That means they have senior level roles. That means they have also high paying income, so disposable income that can hire you as a coach, because coaches are minimum charging $1,000 per month, right? Coaches are not cheap because you guys invested so much in your coaching. So we want to be in a place where serious people with disposable income are hanging out. 40 million are decision-making positions. That's what we want. Amazing. So whether I'm approaching B2B, so I'm approaching HR managers or founders to do a workshop, a corporate workshop or team training, or I'm a parenting coach going B2C, looking for individuals who have senior roles or founders or like sales managers that can hire me, you can find both of them on LinkedIn. 44% are making more than $75,000 per year. So this is just confirming what I was saying. And LinkedIn users have twice the purchasing power than your average web audience. You guys know that as business owners, like, we don't have so much time. Like we have so many things we have to do. We're usually a solo entrepreneur in the first 2-3 years in business. And we just try to do everything. So for me, instead of trying to do everything and try to be everywhere and trying all these different strategies, if I know my ideal clients, I can find them on LinkedIn. And I've been using so many other platforms and there's nothing happening there. Okay. And you're sure that you can find your ideal clients on LinkedIn. So at the end of today's call, you're going to ask me and I'm going to tell you, yes, you can find them or not. Once you have a confirmation, I can find potential clients on LinkedIn. I would just say, go all the way in and double down on LinkedIn for the next 3 months, because we want to work smarter and not harder, right? So they say like 80% of results is 20% of what you do. So if I know that if I do 2 hours a day or 1 hour a day on LinkedIn, that's going to generate more sales than Instagram, why are we not doing that, right? So LinkedIn is where people come to do business and they have money to spend and they're not afraid to invest. LinkedIn is full of high-ticket clients and one of the most effective sources for generating leads based on various resources in the last 5 years. 80% of B2B sales come from LinkedIn. So this is the B2B sale where you are an executive coach, a leadership coach, a wellness coach, a breathwork. I have a friend here in Barcelona, guys. He's a breathwork coach and facilitator. He recently been connecting and networking, and now he offers online and in-person corporate breathwork sessions because people are very open to that now. And that's the B2B part. And you need to link up with either the founder or the HR team to facilitate these workshops. But everything is just like done through the power of LinkedIn because it's so easy to find the decision maker, get them on a call and pitch to them, right? And LinkedIn is 277% more effective than Twitter, Facebook, and to me, all of them, to be honest. Excellent. So let me show you some examples of how, before we get into how to turn our LinkedIn, just of what's like a bad example and what's an optimized one. I'm just going to check questions if you guys have before we get started. Okay, so we have leadership coaches, youth coaches, executive coaches. I'm a coach for people with cancer. Okay, emotional intelligence. Okay, lots of executive leadership coaches. Today's example, guys, you're gonna love it. ADH coach, excellent. Career coaches. If you're a career coach, your only platform should be LinkedIn. Like, this is it. Like, only really like LinkedIn. It's a powerful platform for that. Transition coaches, these are interesting. I'm not sure about that, but maybe in the end, you can ask me some questions about that just so I can understand, like, is it people changing careers? Is that what a life transition coach is? So I'd want to know more about that. A mindset coach, confident coach, health and wellness, even health and wellness coaches, right? So because most people that need a health and wellness coach, not most, but some people, it's because they're either don't know what to do or limited on time, and they need some guidance, right? And most people that don't have time, like me, for example, are professionals or entrepreneurs. So it's easy to find professionals and entrepreneurs or founders on LinkedIn rather than just be creating all day long fitness videos and health tip videos, hoping they will find us, right? So you can definitely find health coaching clients on LinkedIn. So this is one of my old clients. This isn't his old LinkedIn profile, right? He has this like cover page, just like leadership, like a Getty image. And here he's just putting on roles, does not speak to his ideal clients. He just says he's a CEO and a managing director. He works driving successful business transformation through passion and genuine investment in my people. Literally means nothing. Like this is like a generic phrase that is so general, it literally means nothing. But then when we started working together, we optimized his main section. This is the main section that you guys see when you go into LinkedIn, which is your cover page. This is a cover page, and this is the headline, just so that we're on the same page. So cover page and headline. In his cover page, we put his logo and a clear tagline. So when somebody comes here, they know exactly what does David Wood do. David Wood is a business performance coach to SMEs, so small businesses, business owners, right? To SME business owners. And he's a business coach for driven SMEs and senior management professionals. So he's really calling them out who want significant improvements in their business within 13 weeks, because he has this framework that helps them in literally 13 weeks to increase the performance of specific departments in the business, right? So super specific. That's what we want for your own LinkedIn profile. This was his old profile. This is what I mean by an old dusty job profile. I'm a results-driven professional. I have these core competencies. These are my highlights. This is what I achieved, and these are my core competencies, right? That is an old dusty job profile versus what we want for you today, and what we want you to do at the end of today's session is turn it into a sales funnel where we talk and articulate how we help you as my target audience and how I can help you by turning our LinkedIn profile into a sales funnel. So it's mostly about sharing the core challenges and pain points of our ideal client. So we do that here. So here it says, I highlight again my value proposition. So what does David do? His value proposition. What are the common challenges other business owners face? So we mentioned that here. So people can resonate with it, be like, oh yeah, I also have poor commercial results. I also have no clear strategy. And then how I can help you. So I could do that with one-on-one high touch point business coaching, Then I can talk about my leverage of authority, my leadership examples, my experiences, because we do need that. But I don't share a whole section about that. I share key strong elements of what are my highest achievements or case studies where I've helped people who I'm calling out here and exactly how I've helped them, right? So here I tell them in 28 years, I went from 3K pounds into 30 million in revenue, and that's what I'm going to help you as well. Boom, straight to the point, right? And then what are you going to gain working together? How are we going to do that? So these are the proven frameworks of how we're going to do that. And there's no space here, but in the end, it has a clear call to action. Book a discovery call. Here is the link. Straight to the point, right? Not about like, hey, feel free to reach me. Like, no, we want people to do something. People are just passing by our profile. We want them to convert, because as a business owner, the key element to focus on, other than making money, is part of it is generating leads, because leads become potential clients. Clients turn into income, and also clients turn into helping them and impacting their life or business, whatever they need support with, depends on what type of coach you are, right? So in order to impact others, we need to gain them as a client. In order to get them as a client, we need to generate leads. For them to become a lead, we need them to do something. This is a big mistake I also see lots of business owners make. And coaches, because we don't ask for people to do things. But if we don't ask them to do things, they're not going to do anything, right? So then we go back to that vicious roller coaster, right? So this is just to show you a clear, different old profile and after optimizing a LinkedIn profile. And I hope you guys saw the difference. Can you guys let me know, like, is it clear? Like, do you prefer the before or the after in David's example here? Let me know. I also want to share with you the LinkedIn business page. So here's your LinkedIn business page. So we have the LinkedIn personal page and the LinkedIn business page. This was his old one, which was just basic generic stuff versus a clear one. And here, guys, we just copy pasted what was on his personal page, a couple of edits here, and repeated it here because people skim LinkedIn personal page. Maybe they missed the about section. Maybe they just went here. Maybe they wanted to read both. So you can have more information in the business page as long as you are adding as much information as in there, so you can articulate to people how you help them, how are you going to do it, some examples, some case studies, and clear call to action, right? Perfect. Everyone likes the clear one. Yes, there will be a recording of this, so don't worry about that. What do you do? So Ross is asking, what do you do when you're starting? I don't have examples. It's okay. So you could start out and do all of this without having a client testimonial, but so it's okay. You can clearly tell people how you can help them. But also, if you don't have any clients, I always used to offer free coaching or free services so that I can get one testimonial. So I would go to a client and tell them, hey, for 1 month, I'll do this, this, this. But in return, a video testimony and a written one. So any new service I'd launch, I would do a free one so I can get a testimonial. Because if you get one testimonial, you can then use that to get another client and another, and that starts building, right? So that's one way to start getting client testimonials. And another way is just to, as much as you can, articulate, like, you just want them to feel like you hear them. You want them to feel like anybody that's you're connecting with to feel like she gets me. She gets my challenges. She gets my pain points. And this is how she's going to help me. This is what we're going to do together in specific, because you know, guys, coaches is very intangible thing. Life coach, NLP coach, and all this like world of coaching. It's very intangible. Our job, my role specific, is to help you take the intangible into very tangible, specific, keyword friendly information, so that when you're speaking to another person that's not inside your coaching world, he can understand how you're going to help him. That's what we want. That's what the LinkedIn business page and personal page main focus is to take the intangible way of you helping people, turn it into something tangible, right? So that's what we want you to work on. And then the more clients you work with, the more examples and case studies you can do. For example, in my case, I tell people I help with full confidence. I help coaches make their first 5K months in the first 90 days working with me, right? If they go through my program, they will make $5,000 in 90 days. I could say that specifically now after 4 years, because that's what I've did for my own business, and I've done and replicated with my clients, right? But at the beginning, I used to say, I will help you make consistent sales, because that is what I was doing. That's what I was taught to do. And that's what I was doing, right? But then I can get specific and I can share case studies. But if you just started out, you just start out slowly, right? So I hope that was clear. Okay. And so I'm going to give you a case study here. Like I've mentioned, case studies, right? And this is, guys, for you as a great example for you guys to use when you are also working with clients, because people love to see the before and after, right? Like, this is how she was before summer, and this is how she lost 50 pounds after 3 months working with me, right? The same thing as a coach. This was a coach, a new coach that just launched on LinkedIn. Before, she had no idea about how to get clients and how to market her business, just like most people here told me, right? Not getting clients, not getting visible, trying to figure out marketing on her own, no idea how to connect with corporate clients or individuals, and not sure how to sell in her content or on calls. And also a big problem that she had is not knowing her niche. This is actually one of the biggest problems most coaches have, is not knowing their niche, right? But you can pinpoint your niche and get clients in that niche, and then see if this is the type of client you want to work with. So like talking about niching is like a whole other topic we could talk about on another day, or feel free to message me. But knowing your niche or target audience, at least to start with, is key before getting on any platform, right? And then after working together on LinkedIn, she signed 10 corporate clients. She closed $30,000 in 8 months working together with just a few corporate deals. She was approached by Heineken. This is what I mean by having an international database and access to a world of international brands as well. Having clarity on who she's targeting and how to reach them, what to do about them, how to get them on a call and how to sell on a call, and creating like round tables with high-level corporate C-suite managers, because we found them on LinkedIn and we got them on a call, right? So this is really what you can achieve on LinkedIn, especially leadership coaches, executive coaches, career coaches, meditation, mindfulness coaches for professionals. You guys can do the same. Like, you guys are in a beautiful era where coaching is easily adopted now versus 20 years ago, right? Like, it's a beautiful time to be a coach right now. Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty details. Before we get into that, we have 20 minutes, we could do that. Is there anything that's not clear before we get into the specific details? Let me know in the chat. Afia, I don't know what you meant. I wish I could do this, but let me know. You mean like my client's case study? You can. I'm going to give you my LinkedIn free guide at the end. You're going to take everything I will teach you today and my free guides, do the work, and you will get there. Like, it's accessible. This is not something I don't sell. I'm not like those coaches that sell you the six-figure dream. I give you practical examples based on practical case studies from my own clients. So I highly vouch for LinkedIn. So you can do it. You could do it. Dorothy's asking, what do you do if you have 2 different portfolios, communication and coaching? This one is very important. I will answer this one before we continue. To me, once I know my target audience, okay, like I know my niche, my target audience, I want you to choose. Do I want to focus for the next 3 months on getting communication type of clients or coaching type of clients for whatever type of coach you are, right? So whatever it is that you want to get clients for, you would want to turn your LinkedIn profile to address that, because once you turn your LinkedIn profile into that specific niche, you're going to go and look for the type of clients for that niche and connect with them for the next 3 months, not hoping, but getting them as leads and connection calls and clients, right? So if you want to focus on communication type of clients, everything is about communication type of client. Then in 3 months or in 6 months, you can add, like, if it's another business, you can add another experience all about coaching. And in your profile, you could say that you're a communication consultant for these types of companies. And also you are a mindset coach for these types of people. And then people can go to your experiences to see the different ones. But I want you to focus on what type of clients I want right now for the next 6 months at least, because it takes time to build your network, get into the habit of doing LinkedIn engagement, outreach, getting people on a call, and to sell a specific offer. It's so time consuming or very overwhelming to try to sell so many offers at the same time, right? So you should choose what you want to focus on, and they can do that. Another suggestion, and this applies to everyone, you can turn LinkedIn could be one sales funnel for a specific type of client, and Instagram or TikTok, wherever your ideal clients are hanging out, that's what's important, wherever they are hanging out, that other platform can be for them. For example, for me, I've been now focusing more on LinkedIn to target SaaS and tech founders. So I'm using all my communication and content there for them, versus my Instagram, I communicate to coaches and service providers on Instagram. More about like consistent sale versus tech guys. Like I do things done for them. And that's another sales funnel that works on its own, different than my Instagram funnel. I hope that's clear. Okay, so let's get started. I will answer the other questions once I'm done. So our LinkedIn profile is our storefront. You know, when you're passing by and you see like a beautiful bakery, that's a storefront. That's our LinkedIn profile is our storefront. We wanted to create a sexy, stop here kind of profile. It's also our elevator pitch. You know, when you get into an elevator, you're going to the rooftop, to a bar, like, oh, what do you do? Like you started talking. That's an elevator pitch. That's what they say. Like, it's the investors say, you get in an elevator, you need to pitch me your service in one elevator ride, right? So people, when they go into your LinkedIn profile, it has to be super clear what is it you do. Don't have something like leadership coach accredited by ICF and all those acronyms you guys put, CPC and ICF and ICC. Like, who cares about that? For your potential client, he doesn't care about that. The HR team might, but that goes somewhere else. That doesn't go in your headline or your cover page. That goes somewhere in your accreditations, which LinkedIn creates a section for. You can add all your certifications there. You can add it in your LinkedIn business page, and you can share it with the HR team when they ask you for it, right? But that should not be in your headline. And I see many coaches do that, right? It's also your one-page website. Most business owners, they spend 2-3 months working on their website that no one will end up seeing because people don't know who you are, versus taking 1 week to turn your LinkedIn into a one-page website and then spend your time working on your beautiful website. So LinkedIn can literally replace your website. It can. I don't send anyone to my website. Everything happens on LinkedIn. They come to my world. I give them free lead magnets and webinars, or book a call. Let's get on a call. Clear call to action, short sales cycle. Okay, and it's your sales funnel. So how do we create a headline, okay, that will be impactful to get them to connect with us? Here I give you 3 examples. All those 3 templates are shared in the LinkedIn free guide that I will give you in the end, and ICF will share in the replay. But basically your headline is something using one of those templates. Role, so a leadership mindset coach, or resilience mindset coach, for example, helping C-suite managers go from stuck to unstuck, right? From stuck to unstuck. I'm giving you examples that I've used with other clients. Or go from not realizing their purpose in their career to having a fulfilled life purpose in their life and in their business, like super clear, like you're taking them from A to B using one-on-one breathwork sessions. You can be as specific as that. So maybe he's a breathwork coach. He helps C-suite managers go from not knowing their purpose in life to actually sitting down with themselves, going inward, figuring out their purpose. And he does that through powerful breath work. There are people that do that, right? But you see how specific that is? That's what we want you to do and articulate in your headline. We don't want ICF with all the multiple acronyms or simple like leadership coach. There's so many leadership coaches out there. How are you, like, what's your purpose? What's your goal? Like, go inward. You know, like go inward in your own journey, and also look at your best transformation with a client. What was the impact you had in their life? Try to remember all the keywords they used with you on your sessions. Like those will help you when you're creating these headlines, okay? So I'm going to share those templates with you in my free guide. Don't worry about it. And then I'm going to show you a revamped LinkedIn profile page. Your profile page should look something like this. I use mine as an example. I don't know if I use another one, but today I just used mine as an example. Here's my cover page. I put my logo and I put like a picture of me just so everything is on brand with a like nice, cute picture. You don't need a beautiful photography. You can just need to have a clear picture of you smiling or doing something that people could see your face. Not a passport picture, just a normal picture. But also your cover page, don't just let it be the generic LinkedIn one, or just a picture of the mountains. Like that doesn't say anything, right? What the headline should be, it's a billboard. It's people's billboards. Like, you know, when you're passing by on Sheikh Zayed in Dubai, you see this billboard, it attracts your attention. What do you want it to say? What do you want it to say? Want to grab attention? I tell people, I'd help you double your sales by doing this, and that. With my logo, with my branding, call to action, book a call. This could be free guide. I think I probably changed mine. So first thing you want to do is update your LinkedIn cover page, then work on your LinkedIn headline. This is the elevator pitch, okay? For example, here I say helping service providers go from 1K months to reach their first 5K months. And I do that this way with my profit sales frameworks. And what's important here is that I use SEO keywords so that when people are searching for sales or sales funnels or LinkedIn trainer, they can find me. And we want the same for you. So you want to make sure that you're using keyword-friendly SEO terms in everywhere on your LinkedIn business page and profile. I also can add a custom button, and here I send them to a lead magnet. So this one is very important. This one is new. I think it's been here like for the last year. So I give them a call to action here. I give them another different call to action here. This is how this is an example of a revamped LinkedIn profile page. Another section on LinkedIn that's underutilized is the featured section. Here, I want to walk people through what I want them to do and what I want to highlight. That's why it's featured. That's why I love building this before a website, because LinkedIn gives me everything to highlight and do in sections without any design, without any code. So instead of spending 3 months designing a website and perfecting everything, I start off with LinkedIn, and then I could take my sweet time on my website. So here I want to highlight key things I want them to look at. I launched a new service. I highlighted it here, right? Like I have a new workshop, come here. Then I gave them a new service, and then my book a discovery call with a form to fill. Everyone here that's a coach should have minimum the book a connection call or discovery call with a couple of questions. And another one is a lead magnet, a free guide, a free workshop. These are 2 elements that you need to have. A third one that you can add, client video testimonial, client case study, like the before and after, maybe an interview that someone did with you. These are like the most important things that you should feature. And every 2-3 months, you can update them, even update them every month, because this is where you tell people, these are the most important things I want you to do right now or to look at. The new workshop, the new lead magnet, the new service that I have. But the most important one also to keep is the discovery call. I want to make it easy for people to get on a call with me. Then we have the LinkedIn profile section. Here we have 2,600 characters that we should utilize where, like I said, we highlight, what do I do? How can I help you? What are your pain points and challenges? Like, does this resonate, right? Because if these don't resonate, that means you're not my ideal target audience. You shouldn't be here. But if these resonate, that means I can help you. And I can help you by doubling your business sales. We're going to do that through one-on-one. Then I give you my authority and leverage. I've spent 14 years in business. I've spent this much money, and this is what I made. And then, like I said, clear call to action. I don't want you to just pass by me. I want you to get on a call, go to my lead magnets, get my free masterclass, get my free guide. I want you to do something. And here, I highlight my LinkedIn free guide because they're on LinkedIn, right? So I want them to grab things related to LinkedIn. Now my profile has been updated because now I'm working. Now I'm not calling out new service providers. Now I'm calling out tech startups and founders. And we get to do that, guys, right? We get to turn our LinkedIn into a specific sales funnel and lead generation engine for one type of client and another engine, Instagram, for another type of client. And you can do that, right? This is the beauty of multiple platforms. Then we have the LinkedIn business page. Lots of coaches, guys, lots of coaches create a business LinkedIn page, or they don't have a LinkedIn business page. You can easily do it. It's like a Facebook page. So go on LinkedIn, go on Google, write LinkedIn business page and set one up, and then go to experience, use this guy here, the edit, and say that you're a coach at your company. Don't have that little logo with like a building. No, you should link your experience as a coach in your LinkedIn business page. So I highly recommend you guys to do that. And also here I put more different things that was on my personal page, how I do it, what we're going to work on, and my expertise, as well as my services in SEO keyword words. People that are searching for marketing, sales strategies, digital marketing, LinkedIn lead gen, they can find me because I've added them in my business page. I know I'm talking fast, but because I want to give you everything before our time is ended. Now,
Yeah, thank you, Alia, because we need to be also mindful about the time, since we have another session back to back.
no worry, I'm going to wrap it up in 2 slides. Once you've optimized your LinkedIn profile, you can use the free search engine to look for ideal clients. I love using the free search engine, many amazing filters there. And if you want to really look for laser focused leads, I suggest Sales Navigator. Sales Navigator, they have 30 days for free. They give you way more filters and you can get really hone in on your ideal clients. So you could do the free one and then you could do the paid version. And then, guys, take a snapshot of this one because I can't cover it right now. Once you find your ideal clients on LinkedIn, I want you to send them personalized LinkedIn messages. How do you do it? You use their first name. You personalize the message by finding something in their profile that stood out, or maybe you have a common friend, or maybe you live in the same city, and you actually read their content and mention that when you're connecting with them or after connecting with them. These are my best tactics and hacks that give me a 40% response rate and like a 40 to 50% acceptance rate. And I use that with all my clients. Thank you guys so much. Let's connect on LinkedIn. I know this was pretty like intense.
Wow.
This was
Yeah.
what I wanted to do. It's Alia Khatib, and I do have a freebie for you. It's how to get started on LinkedIn. Everything that I walked you through, I'm going to give you a free guide with everything you need to do for every section. So you don't need to worry about, oh my God, this is amazing. How do I do it? Alia gives you everything. So I hope, Rania, you will
Yes, we will be sharing the free guide, absolutely. This
It's
was
already on the
really
chat box, by the way. I've already shared it in the chat box, but anyways, we're gonna send it through at the end of the ICF coaching week when we send how you can access the recording.
yeah.
perfect.
Thank you,
And that's it
Nancy.
from my end. I know it's fast, but
No, but that was so rich, Alia, really. You took us into a journey, and I will leave the 5 minutes or couple of minutes we have for any questions or any feedback, any comments that anyone would like to share.
do that. I can answer any, like, we have 5 minutes, so if anybody wants to jump and share a
Yes,
question.
Huda, go ahead.
Alia, thank you very much, ICF. Thank you very much for this. My question is the title. I mean, how do we attract really using the right title? How do we know it's the right title? For example, I work on mental and emotional fitness. At the same time, I'm emotional intelligence. At the same time, I work on grief. At the same time, I work on resilience. And all of it is actually to end up with being resilient. But in order to attract the right people, okay, how would I know the magic title?
No, but you already have that word. You said resilient. So we want to make sure resilient is in there, right? So for me, what matters the most, because people are selfish. You need to think. People are selfish. Our attention span is 0, right? Like with this world. So when you connect with someone, they want to know, like straight to the point. How do you help me? What is it that you do? How do you help me? They don't really care about the framework in the headline. They don't care how you're going to do it. They're going to be like, do you understand what I'm going through? Okay, what are you going to help me do? I'm going to help you get there. Great. Okay, now I can scroll down and read about your frameworks, right? Let's say a horrible example. I'm a health coach that helps women go from emotional stress eating into loving their body image and confidence, right? Or not fighting with her husband, or not jumping to eat a burger after she fights with her husband. Yes, I have issues with my husband. I stress eat, and I want to enjoy my husband and having a burger without going to eat a burger when I'm stressed out from my husband. This is a very specific example. How are we going to do it? It's in the example, in the business page, in the profile, in your content. Does that like give you some like example on what to highlight? And also, there is no perfect headline. It's It's all about what I call A/B testing. 1 month you try this headline and you connect daily with ideal clients. The other month you change your headline and you connect more with the ideal clients. And then people will magically be like, wow, I connected with you, I read your headline and that resonated with me. When you get feedback, you're like, oh, this worked. So then you just keep that till it stops working. I hope
Thank
that
you, Alia. We'll just take one question from the chat. Sorry, guys, but because we need to be mindful of the time. So one of the question is, how can I optimize the page? They're working on a global corporation, and also they're providing coaching, and they don't want to have multiple pages.
multiple pages and the multiple LinkedIn, like the business pages or the personal profile?
I'm not sure if they can help us out. I think they're working in a global corporation, but they're also providing coaching on the side. So I'm thinking how they can optimize the page without
How do they
having.
optimize their page while they're working somewhere else?
I think something like that. Yeah.
Easy.
Yes, I muted, so it's my question. Yeah, I don't want to have business page. I have my personal page. It's currently like my profile of my corporate experience. And also I have a coaching experience. It's a new one, let's say, just one a year, just since 1 year. So how it makes work for me this now current personal page as a coach, not like a corporate employee. Thank you so much.
So as long as your company doesn't have a problem with you running your own business, so you could do whatever you want on LinkedIn, because if your LinkedIn is not being used as a tool for getting leads for that company, then you can turn your LinkedIn into a personal business page promoting your business. And in your LinkedIn experiences, you can be, let's say, a corporate trainer at that company, and also have another experience, a leadership coach at your company, and you have those under. And your personal page is talking more about you as a coach, because you're using that to find ideal clients and connect with you through that. Does that make sense?
Thank you so much. Yeah,
No.
thank you.
Thank you, Alia. Thank you. This has been really amazing.
Thank you, Alia, for a lovely session.
Yeah, I love LinkedIn and I just fall in love with it more.
Nancy is our LinkedIn champion with the ICF chapter. Thank you, everyone, for your presence. We appreciate your involvement. Alia, thank you for your generosity. We will definitely connect with you over LinkedIn and hope to see everyone else in our upcoming sessions.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Hey, Rania.
I can't.
I'm here, just waiting for everything.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Okay.